Gentlemen, if you're alone in the woods, would you rather run into another man or a bear?
Neither.
Well,
Right.
you got to pick one.
Is the man going to be hostile?
You don't know. You don't know if the bear's going to be hostile or it's going to be nice. Which one are you picking?
Alone in the woods.
I don't know. I'd go for DiCaprio mode. Revenant. A bear.
Why?
I don't know, because people are bad.
So a
Generally
bear.
speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know a
Feminist
bear's
moment.
nature, so you can scare a bear off by, shouting and presenting yourself as large or for a man, you don't know their nature.
You're both going bear then?
I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
Jesus Christ, did not expect that. Anyway, what we're talking about today is entirely this being the bear pill. So if we get this on screen here, this is Miranda. And this is the question that has bubbled up because things like this do on the internet and they're mostly pointless, but
fun.
they are fun. And also, this one wasn't completely pointless because it did reveal something, which is, as you can see, this lady here. Pro-choice, #vote blue all the way down the ballot, blue wave, LGBTQIA+,
Oh my gosh.
plus ally, abortion rights are human rights, she, her. That's her official title, I believe, like the Right Honourable Member.
Wow.
Yeah, anyway, she did this tweet, and this blew up. She says, misogynists have been crying over the bear versus man scenario, and the vast majority of women have not only stated that they choose the bear, but exactly why they chose the bear.
Right.
Misogynists are the reason women chose the bear,
Okay.
and them whining, crying, and becoming aggressive and abusive towards women over it won't change the answer women have given.
I'm sorry, I'm confused already.
Yeah, she, along with a lot of other LGBTQ plus allies,
Wait,
I'm just going to shorthand
but she's got married in her bio. That's the only non-woke thing in there.
Yeah, but you don't know what.
how many people? Who knows?
You don't know the nature of the marriage.
Ugh, I hate this world. Carry on.
It's passed around. Who knows? No, that's just mean. I don't know. So anyway, but the point being that her and a lot of other, I'm just going to say feminists because I feel like it's the best way to sum up this worldview.
Yeah.
Took the position that basically I'd rather run into a bear because men are going to rape me.
Oh, I see.
Which
that wasn't a consideration on my mind, if I'm honest.
Yeah, to be honest, in my mind, I'm thinking the bear could also do that.
It's one of the considerations they're bringing to bear.
But I mean, a man could have a gun, he could have drugs, he could have all kinds of things going on, totally unpredictable. Whereas the bear, you just know a bear.
Or you could be out hiking.
Sure.
Just saying.
Sure.
Let's have a listen to some of this, I suppose.
You can either come across a dangerous wild animal in the woods, or you can come across a bear. Sorry, it's not funny, and I shouldn't joke. You can come across either a dangerous wild animal.
Why is
or
it dangerous?
someone
Because
who
it's
is
wild.
the same species as you, but the opposite gender. Now imagine that gender has treated your gender so badly through the years, done the most disgusting, horrible, heinous things to your gender through the years. And so you actually have to really genuinely consider your decision. And not only that, but most of the people who are being asked this question, who are your gender, are actually genuinely leaning towards the dangerous wild animal. Now imagine that when your gender answers this question en masse, and they're all giving the same answer and the same reason for why they would choose the dangerous wild animal, the gender that has harmed you over centuries, harmed your gender over centuries, is laughing about it, bitching about it, moaning about it, joking about it.
I am genuinely moaning about it because she's annoying.
I don't know what to do with that. She's speaking as if women are Jews who have just been...
They've been oppressed.
For centuries, they've
Oh
been
my
keeping us
goodness.
down.
If anything, women were held on a pedestal for centuries until very recently when feminism said, actually, no, women need to become like men.
And compete in the same world.
Exactly.
I thought the protections were nice, but never mind. There we are. Our gender has been oppressed for so long. Brothers, rise up in the class war against men.
What did you choose?
The man.
Why?
Because it's just some guy. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, but you don't know the nature of the guy.
So I'll just end off with her real quick. She goes on to say that she, well, if we deal with bears, then they're not going to hurt us because they won't rape us like men do, and etc. etc. And goes on for
It could eat her.
Goes on for ages about how the male collective have caused damage for centuries to the female collective, whereas the bears have not. It's like, eat both of us, mate.
Yeah.
It is a well-established fact that back in the old days, women required the help of bears to protect themselves against men. Yeah.
I thought I'd bring it to reality.
Yeah.
It's like everyone has a theory in their head of what this looks like.
Yes.
An instant thought. This is what we're talking about.
Okay.
You walk in the woods, you run into some guy. The chance is it's this kind of guy.
Right. So you just go, all right, mate, and keep walking.
Morning.
Right.
That's reality. Right. That's actually what you'll run into the woods. It's not going to be, Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
It's just the chance of reality versus running into this. Just an average bear.
Yeah. I recant my answer.
Do you actually want to run into a bear? This is the thing about internet conversations that always gets me, is that people never seem to think, what does this really look like?
This is an occasion for glory.
What, you just want to kill a bear?
No, I want to fight it.
Tucker Carlson, you.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I mean, you find adventure somewhere.
I don't know. It's just glory. That's it.
I think all things being
intrinsic value.
All things being equal, I'd be happier fighting a man, but I don't know that it's going to be equal.
Well, it's definitely not going to be equal with the bear.
I think it's easier to intimidate a bear than it is a wild drug addict with a gun in his hand, or.
But, it's not a wild drug addict.
But you don't know.
Probably going to be this guy.
I don't know. If it's that guy, I'm fine.
The drug addicts live in the cities. They harbour London street
That's
corners.
true. That is true.
They don't live in the countryside because there's no free money.
He doesn't look very fine to me.
Well, you think he's actually a secret rapist?
It's suspicious. He's suspicious.
Is he?
Sometimes you never can tell with people. Some people look really good on the outside and they're not particularly good.
Okay.
So just by showing me this dude, you're not exactly selling it to me.
I really don't think he looks like a wrong 'un. He looks like a hiker, but maybe they're wrong 'uns. But this guy...
What does he have in the bag? That's a question.
A severed body.
Because a bear doesn't have a bag.
The woman he just ran into and chopped up.
I've seen how quickly bears get scared, though, in these YouTube videos and these clips online. When they're, in someone's car or hunting for food, they just get scared so easily.
Yeah, but maybe. But do you want to take the risk?
Probably not, no.
That's all I'm getting at. There's more of this, because I did see that this was being portrayed as the bear pill debate.
Right.
There's women and men were like, obviously not a bear.
Well, we failed that test.
Yeah, and the majority position was that women were saying, oh, I can't stand men, so not the man, it's a bear, because women don't know what statistics are, or what it is. And that's just not reality from what I saw. What I saw was largely the female accounts who were saying this, because most women actually came up on the side of a man.
Why is a woman on her own in the woods in the first place?
It's a good question, brother.
That's a very good question.
But that makes a good point. But the people who were overwhelmingly saying, I want the bear, were people like this, like the previous one. I mean, this is another one where, let's read the right honorable introduction, shall we?
Another Swiftie.
Swiftie, Stan Club, pro-choice, BLM, LGBTQ ally. All right, that's enough. That's enough of that.
Where's the 2IA? Something wrong?
She's not an ally with the 2IA.
They're
Whatever
racist.
that means.
I survived.
But let's have a listen to this, I suppose. This is her reasoning, which is that bears won't rape me, is our argument.
With the bear attack, I won't have to see the bear at family reunions.
Huh?
The worst thing the bear can do is kill me. The bear sees me as a human being. After what those men did to that monitor lizard, the bears are not safe with men either.
What did the men do to the lizard?
There was some Indian men who raped a lizard.
They raped a lizard.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Did he think it was a reptilian?
What the hell?
From the moon?
I can't read Indian minds, but these rural Indians decided to do that.
Oh.
And she's clearly read the same story, and she came away with it that all men are like this.
There's a deeper issue here, though. All these women they're afraid of men.
Yeah.
More than they are. They're afraid of being raped more than they are of death, which shows that they don't have a good relationship with men.
Like, they think men are all raping, murdering monsters.
Yeah, we're antagonistic against them, like we're a separate species somehow. There's some disconnect going on there that's not good. They're supposed to see us as their providers and protectors, and they see us as their enemies.
I mean, sorry.
No, it's just a myth of the rape culture.
Right.
I've been in academia for many years, and they teach things on the assumption that rape culture exists.
Right.
And that's just not true.
Like, much of the world doesn't have it. Much of the world does. Funnily enough, it's not England.
Yeah.
It's not Europe. It's other places. Maybe Sweden. But we'll listen to more of this, I suppose.
The bear doesn't get enjoyment out of it. The bear didn't pretend to be my friend for months beforehand. No one will say that I liked the bear attack. No one will talk about the bear's bright future.
Right, this isn't about the bear, is it?
No.
No, this is you've probably been raped, is what I'm guessing, and you had an awful interaction afterwards as well with people not believing you or something, I guess. What's this got to do with the bear? Like, it just didn't have anything to do with the bear debate. Instead, it was routine.
This debate is opening up some trauma.
Yeah, like this is instead something completely different, and that seems to be the bear pill debate mostly. It's feminists who either have brought into rape culture or have been a victim of being raped or something. I don't know. I don't know these people. Why would I? But there we are.
That's a sad thing, but it's really weird though that someone with such experiences would go on TikTok to make a video about it.
Not these days, because everyone wants to be a victim, and even if she isn't a victim, she'd want to be perceived as one. I think we have a responsibility as men to have more severe consequences for actual rapists. We need to make rape less of a threat. Men who rape women are animals, and they need to be put down like animals.
Yeah.
And then that would, this stupid mentality that she's got would be less of a problem.
What do you do with a mad dog?
Or you put it down.
Yeah. So that's the same what you should do with rapists, and it's annoying that we don't do that in the West anymore. But back to the conversation, because there are some people who are not just mad feminists who pick the bear for some reason. And I have to wonder about that, because that was a whole interesting thought. Like, why would you do that? I think it's probably, again, the disconnect from reality to some extent. Because I assume most people saying that were thinking that the bear would look like this.
Yeah.
Which...
Look at it.
Yeah, look how cute
that little harmless thing. No, they're actually the worst. If you see one like that, you're in trouble.
Really?
Because the mama bear will be nearby and she will be vicious.
Yeah, the mama bear will actually kill you.
Yes.
This footage is just the cutest thing in the world.
It is.
It's for people listening, little baby bear. Little baby bear
That dangerous little wild animal.
Yeah, like getting his milk. You know, I didn't know that teddy bears were actually meant to be cute because baby bears were cute. Yeah. I thought it was some marketing delusion.
They're meant to be cute, so you just sit there admiring the cuteness like I do, and the mama bear comes and eats you.
Exactly. It's all a psyop.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually a hunting strategy by the bears. But anyway, I learned today
Democrat psyop.
I learned today that the bears are very, very cute when they're babies. Like that is actually genuinely the most adorable thing I've seen. So there's that. I assume maybe that's some delusions people have. But then I also thought there were some men picking the bear, and that's for the right reasons, such as this. So this is Russian reasons for picking.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at that Putin right there. There's a man riding a wild bear.
You see, we had some Russian blood.
Yeah.
Zarasiyo. It's just stupidly funny. There are a lot. Because like you say, there are videos, especially in Russia, because it's Russia, where there are people interacting with bears, and it's friendly. I don't know, this isn't wildlife advice, but it seems to be the case that if you feed a bear, like if you give it food, it will forget about eating you, because it's just like, oh, free food.
All it wants is a snack.
Like, they don't seem to be completely stupid animals, but they seem to be pretty intelligent.
Yeah.
And even this guy was able to ride it and drink. Because, there's that. Also, normal women did make fun of feminists. So you can see here, tourist mauled after rolling down window to take a selfie with a bear. I thought he wanted to be friends, said the victim's friend. No, well, I mean, sort of. He did want to be your friend in the same way that you're friends with the food on your plate, but some people did take the opportunity of the bear discussion to make jokes. I choose the bear over the man. I've seen this before. I don't know where. There's that.
That's a great classic.
Yeah. A new per capita meme dropped as well. Never defeated.
Yes.
So, enjoy. But then some people out here were just, I don't know why, they're writing fucking self-criticism sessions on the bear discourses.
Oh, are these the feminist allies?
Nah, this guy was arguing about why men failed the bear test.
Oh.
It's just stop. This is the thing about online debates, like, would you love me if I was a worm? This doesn't require a 10,000 word essay.
No, it does not.
It's just silly.
Get a job.
Yeah, most people were just like, get a life.
Look at that, Karen.
People are out here arguing about women being in a forest with a man versus a bear and posting peer-reviewed sources at each other.
Lemophile.
That's a thing. That's a thing that happened, and it made me just confused.
I agree with Leah Merrick. I hate the internet so much.
It's like that. But this got me interested because someone else made the point that it reminded them of this. This is Colorado, and Colorado decided to have a referendum on whether or not to reintroduce wolves into the state.
Right.
So you can see here the blue areas, so the green areas, voted for having the wolves reintroduced. And the red areas voted for them not being reintroduced. Right. And obviously you can see a bit of a difference in the vast majority of the land voted red. Why? Because they live there where the wolves will be introduced.
Yeah. And the cities said, go ahead.
Well, I decided to look into this because I just never heard of this. Yeah. It's a thing. So here's the map. So this is the proposition. Blue here being voted for it, not blue being
Yep.
voted against it. And then you look at a map of the presidential election results.
Oh,
I'm just saying,
wow.
it's pretty much the same thing.
So the Democrats are saying, yeah, bring the wolves in.
I mean, you
And
can.
the Republicans are like, are you sure about that?
I live here. I don't want to be eaten by wolves. Because you can see the deep blue is Denver.
Is wolf a euphemism for illegal immigrant?
Having wolves is bearphobic.
Having wolves is bearphobic.
Bearophobic, yeah.
Well, I think they'll reintroduce both, I guess. Because you can see here, I mean, that's Denver.
Yeah, that's where I was last week.
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah,
How was it?
it's great. Loved it. The city, you could tell it's got a massive democratic influence, but you go up to the Rockies and it's just gorgeous. It's nature as it should be.
Some deep blue. Sorry, some deep red.
Yeah, you go from the blue to the red, you're like, yeah, this is America.
But you can see, like, very much it's a divide between the countryside versus the people in the cities. Like, here's the precinct. So this is the vote for the wolves.
I feel like this is every conversation we have on this podcast, in that the people in the cities are the problem.
Yeah, like I've gone over this many times, but it really is the dividing line between the Anglosphere. It's less so in other countries that I've looked at, but it's definitely the case in the Anglosphere.
Let's take the votes out of the cities.
Yeah, city versus...
You live in the country, you get a vote. Live in the city, you don't get a vote.
You live when your town becomes too densely populated, just no more votes.
Done.
It's over. Not allowed for that one anymore. But I decided to go and look this up because it's weird enough that that's the case, right? So then I started looking into the campaign, and again, I'm not some expert or anything. I don't live in Colorado, but you can see here these two districts I've mapped here on Google Earth. So the two districts I've labeled here, one's red for the Republican candidate, one's blue for the Democratic candidate, and the reason I've labeled these two people is because they were the people who were the congressional endorsements for either campaign. Can you guess who was against bringing in the wolves?
Well, the guy on the left.
Yeah, can you guess who was for bringing in the wolves?
That guy in that little compact area of city right there.
Yeah, it was the woman who represents that bit of Denver.
Yeah.
She wants the wolves in all of this.
Yeah.
And obviously the guy who, represents all of this was just like, no.
It's just ridiculous.
But it's such a
Who
great
won?
example of reality. Again, I feel like it's relevant.
Or lack of reality.
Yeah. I mean, if you live in the deep city, well, you're just like, oh yeah, reintroduce the wolves. Why not? And the thing is, they won.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. It was like 51% of the vote was for reintroducing the wolves. So the people in the countryside who didn't want the wolves lost.
Imagine that.
They just can get them stuffed. I know you didn't want it, but too bad.
They should reintroduce the wolves, put them in the city.
Well, funny you say that.
Oh.
The Republicans in Colorado did.
Oh.
So they issued a bill saying, okay, we lost the proposition. Fair enough, wolves are getting reintroduced.
Yep.
But we should narrow the scope of what we're doing so that the wolves should only be reintroduced to areas that voted for having the wolves.
I love these people.
Yeah.
That's common sense right there. Like, you want the wolves? You can have the wolves. We said we didn't want them.
I always enjoy when you see politicians who are just normal people having fun with the process.
Let's make wolves great again.
Exactly. Like, they were like, okay, well, you have the bloody wolves, but they can only go where you voted for them,
Right.
which is the city. They would only be reintroduced into the cities,
Yes.
which obviously is no, it's not going to do that. There was actually a provision in there being like, oh yeah, you can only have them in areas that voted for it, and also there's no threats to wildlife. So no, just no reintroduction. Sadly, the Republicans in Colorado, just checking, they have 29% of the seats
Right.
in the state Congress. So they obviously this didn't pass. Didn't go
Yeah.
anywhere. And they're going ahead with reintroducing the wolves.
Oh,
So I guess we will actually see the bear discourse play out in real time in Colorado.
ridiculous.
Because they're at the stage of currently doing consultations, and then they'll be going forward with reintroducing them en masse.
Democrats are such a threat to people.
Yeah, and well, the people who don't vote for them. I mean, literally, this is such a great example of my base wants to reintroduce wolves. What are they going to do? Well, terrorize the people in the countryside and not my constituents. Go ahead with it. Genuinely terrible.
It's wicked.
But there we are. That's the bear pill.
Excellent.
Tell us which side of the bear pill you're on, I suppose. I was surprised you both went with bear.
I still go with bear.
Fair enough. But, come Alexander, live forever. Take down a bear. If you appreciated that episode from the podcast The Lotus Eaters, you can go to lotuseaters.com to get access to all the premium content on the site, such as the Epoch series, this episode on Tiberius Gracchus. If you'd like to find out what else is being put out, you can follow on Twitter at lotuseaters_com on Twitter. Thank you and goodbye.